Hello again, everybody. Back for another meditation here. So, to start this time, I often like to start with a little bit of movement. So if you want to get up, you can, or you can just stretch in your seat and just do whatever your body needs. You know, if it's releasing tension in your shoulders or your neck. Just starting to take some deeper, slower, more conscious breaths. You can massage your legs. Stretch out your wrists and arms. Just really do anything that helps your body release any tension, that helps you get more present in your body, more here, more in this moment. Maybe moving your ankles around, stretching your feet, moving your hips a little bit. I always like to do a little bit of movement before and or after sitting, especially sitting on a cushion for a long time can be hard on the body. So taking some deeper, slower breaths, closing your eyes if you want to. Again, if you would like more specific and in-depth meditation instructions for beginners, see my first video. I will frequently revisit certain things, but may not with others, so. So, as I say, I really like sound. I really like sighing on the out-breath at the beginning. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And sighing out. Taking a deep breath through the nose. And sighing out. And again. And when I do that, I just feel a shift in my energy. I feel like I'm releasing whatever I've been attached to or ruminating about this morning. And I start to feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more in my body. And always a reminder to take real deep breaths, taking the belly breaths, using that diaphragmatic breathing that I've talked about before. breathing down into your belly, into your lower lungs that will expand your belly. And then continuing to breathe in so your chest expands. You feel even your sides and your back expand as your lungs fill to capacity. And then as you exhale, your chest deflates, your sides and back move in again, and then your belly falls. So it's like this wave that comes in and out, starting with your belly moving out, then your chest, then your sides, then your back. And as you exhale, your chest, sides, and back start to contract, and then lastly, your belly falls. So now just watching your breath as closely as possible. And just starting to notice what's present. Meditation and the various types of meditation can be used for a lot of different things. They have a lot of different aims or outcomes. But two of the ones that have been most important for me are learning how to just let myself be the way that I am in this moment. And in all the people that I've talked to in my job or just in my personal life, what I've observed is that this is true for most people, that there is this spontaneous and habitual resistance to what is. So one of the main things that I tend to focus on in my meditations is relaxing into what is. And then the other thing is clarity. Clear seeing or discovering the truth about what is. So fully allowing or being in acceptance of what is in this moment. And then also gaining insight into the truth of what is. And these are two things that we'll focus on today. We'll see where the flow takes me. So again, just noticing what's present, what is internally, your emotions and thoughts and sensations, or externally with sensations, your immediate environment. And as you breathe, always using the breath as the anchor of your attention, anchoring you to the present moment. Just noticing what's present for you. If you notice resistance to what's present, it can be kind of a subtle energy, a subtle experience. Just noticing this internal resistance to being here, to being still, to being with yourself, to fully acknowledging the emotional energies that are present in your system. So if you're noticing resistance, just see what it's like to invite yourself to just be in resistance while you breathe. If you've been practicing meditation or engaged in some sort of conscious personal growth or transformation process, you might even notice resistance to your resistance. And so you'll have several layers to allow. For this beginning portion here, mainly I just want you to invite yourself to be exactly as you are. Invite yourself to release attachment to struggle, to struggling against what is. And that includes struggling against struggle. Just inviting, it's just an invitation. A compassionate, loving invitation to yourself for the next little bit of time, inviting yourself to let go of struggle, let go of the constant meddling with the mind, trying to rearrange different parts of yourself or change something. And again, there can be many layers here, so when you notice meddling or you notice struggle, resistance, trying to change, you see what it's like to give that space, conscious space. You're consciously bringing compassionate awareness to whatever arises. just taking a few minutes to be with this. And you might notice that your attention gets wrapped up in different streams of thought to the point where you lose consciousness to a degree. You're just fused with the thoughts and kind of going for a ride. And when that happens, again, just consciously bring compassionate awareness to that. And through this process, naturally you'll start to gain insight into the nature of your mind, the nature of your thoughts, the nature of your self-image, the nature of your projections about others, onto others, the nature of your emotional experience, the nature of your body, and the nature of awareness itself. And all just through this simple, apparently simple, action of allowance, acceptance. I don't think I said this in any of my other videos yet, but I think in the last one I was talking about misconceptions about what good meditation looks like. Or maybe that was the one before that. I don't remember. Misconceptions about what a good meditation looks like. and that people think it's when you've attained a sense of peace, calm, presence, or some sort of mind-blowing, mystical experience. And those things can happen. But one of the things that frequently happens is you get in touch with the wildness of your self-system, the wildness of your mind and your emotions. So actually meditation is, in some ways, it's like a purge. The act of getting still and present and inviting yourself to be here tends to bring stuff to the surface. Actually, some people experience their minds are actually more wild and chaotic, or they experience their mind as more wild and chaotic than usual when they sit down to meditate. And that's perfect. That's exactly what can happen. And so this particular practice we're doing right now, which is more of a mindfulness, Vipassana mixture, mindfulness and insight. That the goal isn't to change what arises for this. It's not to go from wild mind to tame mind necessarily. It's actually to become aware of how you relate to the different parts of yourself. How you relate to wild mind. And do you get wrapped up in it? Do you then judge yourself for getting wrapped up in it? Do you spin off in self-criticism about not being calm enough? Your heart beating too fast? Your breath not being deep enough? How do you relate to your fear when it arises? Everything is a relationship. And so this practice gives us an opportunity, perfect opportunity, to gain insight into how we relate to our various reactions and ways of being and states. And then we can consciously bring compassionate awareness to whatever's arising. The thinking mind is like a tool. It's like a hammer. And it's just constantly, for most of us, it's constantly hammering away. Even when there aren't any nails, it's just constantly going. But it's interesting to see clearly what types of things that it tends to hammer on. It might be different from person to person. There might be similarities for most of us, but certainly there are differences. It might hammer on a particular subject, or a particular thing that you should be better at or different in, or a relationship that you have with somebody else. So it's just interesting to see what it hammers on. And if you want to, you can always bring in some concentration techniques that I've reviewed in previous videos, or other maybe no-mind techniques, other practices. You can always bring those in if you would like to set the hammer down for a while. But today we're focused on that less, on setting the hammer down. If you do, that's wonderful. And if you don't, that's wonderful. It's totally okay. So I want to completely shift gears for the next 10 minutes. So we've been practicing mindfulness as far as opening up our attention and just becoming aware of what is, of what's present right now. And we've been practicing Vipassana or insight as far as seeing clearly how we're relating to different parts of ourselves and seeing clearly into the nature of what's present. But for the next little bit, we're going to shift gears and be a little bit more directive with our attention, narrowing our attention a little more. So what I'd like you to do, again, always using the breath as an anchor, taking belly breaths. So I'd like you to bring your attention to your body and the space that your body inhabits and the space surrounding your body. So since we just have a limited amount of time, I'm going to go through it a little quickly this time, and perhaps next time I will go slower. But we're going to do a type of body scan. Though it's a little different in that, yes, we're bringing attention to the body, to different parts of the body, but then we're going to focus our attention even further on the space that the body inhabits and the space surrounding the body. So starting with your feet, just really feeling your feet with your awareness. Almost as if you're taking your hands and touching both of your feet. But you're just doing this with your awareness. You're using proprioception and just feeling sensation through your feet with your awareness. And you might notice as we go through that there are certain areas where it's really hard to feel any sensation with just your awareness, and that's okay. That can change over time. So bringing your attention to the space that your feet inhabit. Your feet are filling up some empty space with their presence. So imagining that you can just bring your attention an awareness to that space. And also now to the space surrounding your feet. And now moving up through your legs, your lower legs and upper legs. We'll just do your whole legs, both of them, at the same time. Again, feeling your legs with your awareness. Noticing the sensation there. And then bringing your attention to the space that your legs inhabit. And the space surrounding your legs. And moving up to your pelvis, pelvic floor, your hips, your genital area, your butt, feeling the sensation there in the body, and then noticing the space that these parts of your body inhabit, and the space surrounding those parts. Moving up to your belly and lower back. Let's just do your whole torso. Your chest, your mid-back, your upper back, your spine, your shoulder blades. Your rib cage, bringing your awareness to this part of your body and any sensations there. And then bringing your awareness to the space that this part of your body inhabits. And the space surrounding this part of your body. And now your arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, hands, fingers. Feeling the sensation in your arms with your awareness. And then noticing the space that your arms inhabit and the space surrounding your arms. And then moving up to your neck and throat and head, your face, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your lips, your teeth and tongue, your jaw. Just feeling all of these parts of your body with your awareness. Noticing the space that they inhabit. And noticing the space surrounding these parts of your body. And now bringing your attention to your whole body from head to toe, your feet, legs, pelvis, torso, your spine, your arms, neck, head, even your brain, your heart, your internal organs, your blood, your cells, your DNA, all that makes up your physical body. And then noticing the space that your body inhabits, that your whole body inhabits. And then bringing your attention to the space surrounding your body. Maybe you even get a sense that you can feel the space surrounding your body. It's as if you're able to stretch your awareness outside the boundary of your physical body and feel that space that your body is inhabiting and that's surrounding your body, that empty space. Apparently empty, at least. Just noticing this experience of having your awareness focused on this apparently empty space and how that impacts your state, how it impacts your body, any tension in your body, your emotional state, the state of your mind, going from wherever you were before to now having your attention focused on the space that your body inhabits and the space surrounding your body. And even opening it up further to the space that fills this room. And now, bringing your attention back to your physical body. You can, with your hands, you can kind of rub your legs or touch your feet or whatever helps you get grounded again in your body. You can stretch. Taking some deep breaths. Thanks for joining me again.